Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be all about mastering the pull-up. So I see people doing these very wrong, terribly wrong all the time. And just for the beginners and people that are struggling to sort of do more than that sort of 2 to 3 rep range and just build confidence and actually doing those lifts. So let's get into it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up right now, and then let's get into the video. Don't get me wrong, pull-ups are so hard to do, and I know you're frustrated with doing them, so I'm going to try and help you achieve that goal anyway. Hopefully we can nail it down to a T. So in this video I'm going to be breaking it down into sort of different sections and covering as much as we can. So more likely to be about sort of technique, the things that you're doing and not doing right. We're going to talk about exercises that can help improve pulling power and strength. And then just sort of some sort of tempos and rest pause stuff and just other sort of drills that can help achieve good strength within pulling motions. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to start off with, say if you're a beginner, and this is the part right now. This part's for the beginners. I'm going to focus on those who are starting out from scratch and can't do a single repetition. But even so, those who can only do 3 to 5 repetition in a pull-up are in the same class as well. If you're a muscle bound guy who is a legend on the lat pull down but struggle to do a single pull-up repetition, let me tell you that you're not alone. Many strong heavyweights experience the same problem due to the total neglect of the movement. Imagine the muscle developments that you will have if you can rep out pull-ups at a single disposal. Is it possible? Of course it is. I've seen heavyweight bodybuilders do easy reps at the pull-up bar, hoisting their heavy bodies, and get this, while adding heavyweight dumbbells for extra resistance. Yes people, they have freakishly wide backs. The point that I'm getting across here is that it's not too late for anybody to start doing pull-up work. The benefits are tremendous and it would just be plain stupid to pass it up. There are 2 traditional forms of a pull-up. I'm telling you now that there is no version better than the other. Each has its own sets of advantages. Chin-ups. Chin-ups will aim the lower lat region, middle back, and as well as your biceps. Wide grip mainly targets the upper lats. Performing these pull-ups regularly will help you develop the basic foundations of being able to do pull-ups in order to prepare yourself for the more advanced versions. Your current status in doing pull-ups should be realised with 100% honesty. Test it for yourself by just hanging on the bar and see if you can do one. Don't be ashamed if you can't do a single repetition, because that will change in no time, given the fact that you will be investing the time and effort to improve in this area. There is no reason to be discouraged with the results, since that they would just serve just as a determined process for you to work on. After knowing the harsh reality, write it down. That is your current pull-up status. Next thing for you to do is to find a bar. A bar can be found in any playground, in any construction site, or even at your own doorway. The word bar is just a generic term for something to hang on. So let's go into improving the pull-ups. In order to improve the current pull-up status, multiple methods can be used. No method is necessarily better than the other, since different people will react in different ways. One method may not be useful to one individual, but can cause dramatic improvements to another. Test what will work for you. Terms you'll need to know, which is the failure. That point in an exercise at which you have so fully fatigued your working muscles that they can no longer complete an additional repetition of the movement with strict biomechanics. You should always take your post warm-up sets at least to the point of the monumentary muscular failure, and frequently past that point. Another point is rest pause. Do a set to failure, rest for 5 to 10 seconds, and then do a few more reps with the same weight. Do this once or a few times depending on your energy levels and how far you wish to push. With this technique you can take a weight you can only do for a certain number of reps and increase that amount. Another point is the negatives. 1 or 2 partners help you lift a weight up to 10 to 50% heavier than you would normally lift to finish a point of the movement. Then you slowly lower your weight down on your own. So you might be asking, why bother when you have lat pull downs? Let me tell you, doing pull-ups will have a huge effect on other lifts. What I'm going to go through now is some exercises that will help achieve those pull-ups. One is a very good one that I kind of use with a lot of my clients, is basically hanging from like a barbell or any sort of strap in that you can kind of find in the gym, but you can set it up as you can see on the screen, which is in the squat rack, and just a bar that is fixed on this. So there's no weight. What we're doing here is literally getting through that movement of going all the way down, so full extension, and then concentrating on pulling through our arms rather than using our legs in that movement. So again, we're going to be making sure that our core is nice and tight, and just making sure that everything is firing, because a lot of the time people use the pull-up movement but not actually emphasizes the tension within their lats and arms. So they use it all through shoulders and just anything that else is going to try and pull them up. Another useful tip is using a resistance band on the pull-up bar. So again, we take the resistance band and take it and place it underneath our feet or even into our knee, and we use the resistance from the band to actually aid us and help us up through that movement. Again, be careful when you're choosing the band, because some are different strengths. So the bigger ones that I find, when people use them, they're actually too much of a help, and they kind of make you swing more than actually do any good. So you only sort of want kind of a medium to thin band wrapped on the bar, and then that should be well and good. Now, I talked about exercises that will help pulling power. So here's a few that are going to just flick through. So basically, when training the posterior chain, it's more to increase the grip strength. An important thing is all kinds of resistance training is grip strength. You cannot lift incredible amounts of weight with a puny grip. Your strongest muscles are useless if you can stimulate them due to a weak grip. So doing pull-ups will definitely improve this aspect, since you will be holding up 100% of your body weight. And also another point that I'm going to say is about improving your overall pulling power. So your pulling muscles are composed of your back, traps, biceps and forearms. Each of them have a stable exercise, especially in bodybuilding, named barbell rows, shrugs, bicep curls and wrist curls. So what these movements have in common, all of them have the common motion of pulling. So if you want to go extremely heavy on them, then you need to build up some basic pulling power. Pull-ups will definitely give you that. This will automatically give you a carryover effect on other mentioned exercises, what I said before. So if you're actually looking to improve on pull-ups, you need to be adding in accessory works within, obviously with compound movements like deadlifts, single arm rows, imbalances as well, so you need that single arm effect, and also adding in some accessory arm work in there as well. So again, remember, pulling is also using your biceps and so on. So basically what I'm going to go through now is some correction technique stuff. So what I see in the gym a lot is lack of extension. So when in the pull-up position, people do not fully extend at the bottom. So what, again, I'll emphasize it is that their arms are always in that bent position trying to pull themselves up, when you need the arms to be fully extended at the bottom. Think about it. If your muscles is fully extended, that is where it's going to work most, and if they're not, you're not engaging the full amount of force through them. Another point I'm going to raise up on is basically at the top of the movement, when people try to achieve a pull-up, you have that rounding of the shoulders effect. So what this does is place large emphasis on the shoulders and biceps, and actually takes away the movement of what we're trying to achieve, which is through the posterior chain, you know, the lats, the traps, the rhomboids and so on. So to summarize the video, so what you're going to sort of topics that you're going to concentrate on is the failure part, the rest pause part, and also the negatives. Don't forget about the band-aids as well. So those will come in at a place and time that once we start to achieve sort of good numbers, we can assist ourselves with a bit of resistance through the bands. Make sure we are concentrating on working out on a lot of pulling movements as well. So the accessory work, that is definitely a key to back development as well as doing the pull-ups. So definitely nail them into your weekly routine, if not mainly every day. Every day, every time you go to the gym anyway. So again, with the correction stuff, making sure that we're not coming all the way over and rotating the shoulders over the bar. We want to keep that nice chest elevated, loud and proud, as I like to call it. But hopefully this has all been very useful for you, and that you can apply it to yourself in your own training and help and hopefully it's helping you to achieve that goal. So if you did like this video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you do have any questions, let them right down below in the comments box, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Right now, don't do it, don't go anywhere until you do it. But thank you for watching, and I'll probably see you all in the next video. So peace out for now.